Well, damn it. I did not want to stay this high, but I need water. So yeah, it actually snowed a bit last night. I'm just waiting for it to warm up a little bit before I check out. Okay, time to leave my tiny hotel room and get moving here. So yeah, not a ton of snow, but enough where it stuck around, and I saw some interesting pictures from up ahead. My guess is most of it's going to melt off pretty quick once the sun hits it, though, even as I'm climbing up towards the AT. It is so much warmer today than when I arrived in town yesterday. The wind has died out, and while it will be below freezing every night, it looks like I'm not going to have to worry about another storm, at least as far as I can tell. Last night was really fun. I haven't gotten to socialize all that much since this has been a pretty quiet trail, and most of the people I have come across haven't been in a chatty mood. So it was nice, and I did get to miss a bit of a chilly night, though it would have been fun to be tucked away in the bushes somewhere, getting snowed on. Makes a really pleasant sound on the tent. So it does look like the Bartram is actually being modified to go through downtown Franklin. I have a picture of a map of where it goes, and I spent a little bit of time trying to figure it out last night on my phone, but I was just too tired, and so I'm going to go with the plan. I do have about an 8 or 10 mile dry section up ahead that I'm going to kind of need to get through here, so I probably shouldn't dilly-dally any more than I already have. My pack is a bit on the heavy side again. I do have 4 nights of food and about 4.5 days worth of snacks, which should be enough to get me through to when Byron is going to show up to take me to Atlanta so I can fly out. Unfortunately, I was not able to find any good dinner other than mashed potatoes and cheddar cheese. I am really going to have to spend some time during the off season trying out more store-bought stuff. I had some kind of go-tos, like suddenly pasta is like a box pasta that boils pretty quick, Norsides, things like that, and I burned out on all of them, and so I keep going back to mashed potatoes and then trying to get the beans and rice as much as I can. Unfortunately, I have had a heck of a time finding the bean flakes anywhere out here. Out west it was a little easier, and I can't have boxes at every stop, so every now and then I'm having to scrimp. It is actually enough. I'm debating bringing like a big bag of beans and rice to Australia and mailing things to myself for that trip. Okay, a little more quiet again. I will say, now that this trip is pretty much wrapped up logistically, I do find myself more and more focusing on what I need to do after, which is basically setting up for other adventures. So it's not like it's too bad of a thing or anything, but it tends to be the way my brain works towards the end of these. Even when it was something big and like hard fought like the CDT, once I was a few days away and I knew I'd basically made it, it was kind of like more excited for future adventures than getting the monument photo. I will still enjoy my last couple of days out here. There's always a chance something could go horribly wrong. I could take a wrong step and, end the trip right there. But at least the way it looks, I have about 40 more miles and about 4 full days. And then on the 15th, I need to be somewhere to get picked up at a reasonable time in the morning. I won't get to see Blondie until the 20th when I get back to Southern California. But once I'm back, then we get a whole week together as we run out to Bonaire for Thanksgiving to go play with all the little fish friends. So today is still the cold snap. It is going to be a whopping 41 degrees at the warmest today. But then tomorrow it's going to go back up to a high of 59. But it'll be a little cooler at night, which will actually be pleasant for me. Part of me really did want to go figure out this new route through downtown Franklin, since I do like the town walk bits, but I just don't have time today, and I'm in a hurry to get back into the woods, honestly. Lots of traffic noise, even in the hotel room last night. Kind of figured with how little time I have in the day, if I did that, I was going to really struggle to get past the no water section up ahead. Funny thing is, I'd never visited Franklin when I came through on the AT. I don't remember what I did instead, but I don't think I ever came in here. And that buff I wear is actually from a place here, Outdoor 76. And I didn't know who had made the buffs. I was seeing them and I kept asking people. I remember talking to somebody at Harper's Ferry trying to figure out like where those were sold. And I finally found one on the trail in the rain, abandoned in a bush somewhere, which I wore for a good long while. I think I eventually lost it in a hotel, and since I bought a couple of them online because I like the colors better than any of the other buffs that I have. In fact, I like them so much, last time I think I bought like 4 of them, so they're stashed all over my gear. You know, one in the car, one in my backpack, stuff like that, just so I always have one and I'm not digging around through boxes trying to figure out if it's in storage or over here or over there. Okay, I broke down. I got some diabetes juice just because I wanted something hot. So lots of climbing today, which does have the advantage of keeping me warm. I have to get up to, I think where I joined the AT is around 5,000 feet again. And I was at 2,000 in Franklin. O'clock, and unfortunately things have been kind of slow going. Wet leaves with snow are more slippery than they were before. My only problem is I need water before I can set up camp, and I'm a little worried about getting to where I think the next water is before it gets dark and rather cold. So we'll see. If I get lucky and I find another source up here, I'll happily fill up and carry a full load. I'm having to be really careful on the steep bits. This is getting into kind of micro spike type conditions here and there. Tomorrow things should start melting. Unfortunately, I got to go over the high point of the trail probably early tomorrow at this rate, unless I don't find water, of course. Only one little trickle so far, and that was precariously off trail, so I didn't go to it. I do have data that there is water in the next mile or so. My fallback, if that's frozen or anything like that, is I'm going to have to get to the AT and then descend down to a shelter. But I am ready to stop once I can get water. Yeah. So pretty sure that thing on the left is the fire lookout tower from the AT. Not sure on that. Well, damn it. I did not want to stay this high, but I need water. It is a long way till the descent. And welcome back to the AT. Okay, this is not the camp I wanted. I was hoping to stay lower, but is what it is. There is a good amount of snow, but the ground's not frozen, so hopefully I won't be too cold. This is the sort of thing where the air mattress starts to be like a little more comfortable. Cold coming up from below. Good news is tomorrow I should be down a couple thousand feet, and also tomorrow it's going to get into the 60s, so a lot of this should melt back off. I am between the starts with a W, bald, with the fire tower, and then there is a shelter down there somewhere. And I am tucking in and going to layer up with everything I own. Home sweet home.